In this tutorial, we're going to create a landscape and we will apply multiple layer textures onto that landscape. Without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. Hey everyone, in this tutorial, I'm trying to explain you or give you a basic idea about landscape and its components like sculpting and painting in Unreal Engine 5.7. So this is landscaping is basically designed and developed for creating high or huge landscape, mountains or huge terrains, something like that. So in a professional high AAA studios, game studios or VFX studios would not prefer this kind of method. They usually prefer to create landscape and terrains in Gaia or World Creator, or they would prefer Terragen for their this kind of work. But Unreal Engine, they had provided this landscape sculpting tool and painting inbuilt. Okay, so I don't think this is a professional way to create your AAA game terrains. But I would definitely prefer that you have to get into Gaia or World Creator or Terragen to create a huge or massive environment. But this is a basic method in Unreal Engine 5.7 or any other versions. You could see that there. So we have this sculpting, erase, smooth, flatten, ramp, and a lot of things here. And here painting, you can texture the landscape after creating this sculpting. So this is in this tutorial I'm trying to explain you. If you're a total beginner or intermediate, I will just give you some ideas about this landscape or how you could create a landscape in this version. And I will create master material, and I will try to apply those material inside this landscape, and we will apply multiple textures to this landscape by using a master material. So if you're a complete beginner or intermediate, of course you can see this. Let me just start by creating the landscape. You have to go through this settings here, and you will see this landscape. Just click onto that and you will see this green grid. So you can see overall resolution and number of components here. Okay, I'm going to create a simple landscape here. So I will just type here 253 into 253, and I'm going to create here. So you can see a flat surface. This is landscape. Here you have to sculpt it, right? So you can see this sculpt, erase, smooth, a lot of things here. So let me just go through this sculpting, and you can see the brush type, brush fall off. Okay, so this is very important. Like you just sculpt here by using this brush, and you can control the tool strength. If I increase this, you can just see this. So it's simple, it's totally simple. And you'll see this alpha brush and pattern brush. So just click there and you can select brushes like let me just type noise. So there are some noise textures inbuilt here, like T_noise and something like that. So I just take this one and just paint it there, just like that. Or increase the brush size, and you can just paint the terrain just like this. Okay, and let me just select this erase, and you can just erase the entire thing right there. And there is this smooth brush, but I'm going to use this pattern brush here, and pattern brush is just reduce this tool strength, something like this, and you can create this. Okay, so the problem here is you have to increase the texture size here, something like this. Then you can just paint here or sculpt here, you'll see a mountain rising. Okay, I'm going to increase this and you can rotate this texture here as well, and I'm going to create a mountain here. Basically, I'm planning to create a mountain valley here by creating this. Okay. So recently, a lot of people are commenting on the comment section, like they have gone through this a lot of doubts and stuff. So this tutorial I will try to cover all of their doubts through this video. So now you can see this sharp edges here. What you have to do, just take the smooth tool here and reduce the brush size and just paint it something like this. Okay, you can smooth that out just like this. So literally you created a mountain valley. Okay, now again, if you want to create a flattened surface, you can just flatten everything by using this flatten tool here, and you can see this ramp. Just select the ramp, click here and click here, and I'll just add ramp. You'll see a bridge. We just literally created a bridge over here. This is the purpose of ramp. Okay, so that's cool. Now you'll see this erosion. You can just check that out. You can just it feels like smoothening, and you will see the hydro. It shows like erosion, simulates erosion caused by rainfall. Okay, again, now I'm going to reduce the texture scale, something like this, because I need a more I need some complication here, like mountains are usually seems like not flat. So I'm going to apply this so we need some fractures, something like this. So in the real world, mountains appears to be like this. And now I'm planning to let me just apply all over here. Okay, and I'm going to increase the texture size, texture scale, and rotate it, and increase the tool strength, and I'm going to something like this. Okay, now you'll get a basic idea how is this working. Okay, now I just want to smooth it, and I will just reduce the texture scale so I can create this Voronoi fracture, something like that. Now I want to make a path over here. I'm going to just take the erase tool here, reduce the tool strength. I'm going to create something like this, and I'm going to smooth it. Okay, now See, so it's quite simple if you want to create something like this, landscape, valleys, or high mountain ranges, or you know a tower location or military base. You can easily just create something like this by using this method. But as I mentioned before, if you're working in a professional stream, you have to use certain third-party softwares like Gaia or World Creator, because that's completely procedural, and it can deliver a massive environment by using a couple of nodes. But here, this is just cool for level designing and sort of things. Okay, so I'm going to save it. Okay, now I have already created a camera over here. Okay, let me just fix this camera here and stop piloting, so I'm going to increase the speed of the camera. Okay, it seems cool. Let me just select this erosion and increase the strength, and going to increase the strength and all right, now apply some hydro. Yeah. So, yes, we just created a huge mountain valley. Okay. All right. Okay, fine. Now what I'm going to do, I just want to create a master material, and I want to paint multiple textures over here on this landscape. So how are we going to do that? Okay. A lot of people on my comment section asking me like, bro, what are you creating? This just making them more confused by creating multiple nodes on the landscape layer materials. But in this tutorial, I'm trying to explain you how you could create a master material very simply. Okay, and in this tutorial, I'm trying to create the master material totally beginner friendly. You will just understand. You can simply understand what I'm doing. Okay, just follow along. So I created 4 textures here, like M1. This is the material I'm going to apply on the base, and here M2. This texture, this kind of a path texture which has some rock and moss grass here, and M3 we have the rock texture, and M4 this is a grass, totally grass thing with some leaves gathered around here. Right, now what I'm going to do for the first time for creating a master material, let me just right click here and material, select the material, and let me just rename it as master underscore M. And at the same time, I'm going to create material instance here as well. So let me just explain you how this works. I mean the instance. So this is a master material. Whatever we create inside this thing, if we create parameters inside that master material, you can just simply control the parameters in the instance without getting into the master material. Okay, so you don't have to create, do the macro variations and texture, UV texture controls, everything in the master material. You just double click here and you will see this controlling settings here, and just tweak everything from here without getting into master material always. Okay, so that's the purpose of master material instance, and that's more optimized thing. Double click here and you will see this master material node here. Now what I am going to do for the first time, I'll just click there, and you can see this use material attributes here. Just click that, so it will be compressed to something like material attributes and front material here. Now what I'm going to do is, I need this base material. Just select all this stuff and put it here, and select all this thing, and here sampler source, you'll see texture asset. I'm going to select this share wrap since we are applying this on the landscape. Now what you want to do, we need a landscape layer blend, which this node we're going to blend multiple textures by using this landscape layer blend. This one. Okay, so if we can add multiple materials here by clicking this plus sign, add element sign. Okay, now what we want, we need make material attributes just like this. Okay, so we connect all of these things here into that make material attributes, but we are in this tutorial I am going to use a different method. Okay, so you can just simply understand what I am doing. This is totally beginner friendly. You don't have to you don't have to be a professional or next level person to understand these basic things. Okay, why I am creating this video, this is basically my previous video. A lot of people confused by these things. I don't know how people are confused by this thing. This is very simple. You just have to follow along from from the beginning of this video. Then you can simply understand what I am doing. Just come through the beginning of the video. That's it. Okay, so you can see this texture. We got this ambient occlusions and normal, and we got displacement. Now if you click this, you can see everything here. We have all these parameters. Okay, now what I'm going to do, let me just show you something like this is the ambient occlusion, right? I'm going to double click, and you see this red channel, green channel and blue channel here. And if you disable all of these things, the blue channel has the ambient occlusions value. Okay, so keep that in mind. You have to connect this blue channel to the ambient occlusions, and normal just directly connect the RGB variant. Here comes the displacement. Double click it and get into that, and you see this red channel as the displacement value. Okay, just connect the displacement here. But in this tutorial, I would not prefer to create nanites or displacement here, since we are basically concentrating on painting multiple textures. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I just connect the base color here. Okay, since we are going to add 4 materials here, we need 4 values. Add 4 times. Okay, so we have 4 index here. I'm going to rename it as M1 material 1, M2 material 2, and M3 material 3, M4 material 4. Okay, you can see this material blending option. So before this 5.7, these options are available on the landscape directly, but they have changed everything in this 5.7. They have added these options here. That seems very nice, I think. And we can control the material blur, blending options here. Here, see this weight blend, alpha blend, and height blend. Okay, we will get into that later. Now, I'm going to connect this M1. Since we are going to apply 4 materials here, it would be like a totally messed up thing. So I'm going to disconnect it, and I just drag a pin here and just type name. So you'll see this add name reroute declaration node. Okay, I'm going to rename it as M1 underscore text. Okay, M1 underscore text. Just you'll see this name reroutes M1 text. So this is kind of a portal. Okay, it's going to work as a portal here. You'll just create something here from here and connect this one to the landscape layer. So we can separate this very clean and nicely without making a whole level of mess. I don't want that. So this is a portal we just created. Now hit apply, save. I want to apply this landscape texture master material on here onto this landscape. Okay. Select the materials. You'll see this in the instance, right? So we have to select this landscape node, and just on the right side you'll see this landscape material here. Okay, so we are going to directly apply this instance onto that. So you'll see this bluish haze like something, because we are going to apply the base textures here. Okay, select the landscape, and carefully you will see this paint tool here. Now what you want to do, you'll see this create layer from assigned material. Okay, click that. So for materials, by clicking that you'll see this for materials. Just come here. Okay, now select this one, and you'll see this plus sign. Just click that, and you'll save this to the material folder, new map, share assets. Just save that. Okay, now select that, and you can just simply paint that. See that? Yeah, I'm going to just paint that everywhere. Okay, I'm painting this, so you'll see, you can understand what I'm doing. We can just paint the material over here. Now if you go closer, you'll see this texture repetition, and that makes this texture appear to be very unnatural. Okay, you'll see this material, it seems totally artificial. Okay, and you'll see this a lot of speculas and a lot of things here, and these speculas literally reflect the light from there, and it will make total a disaster. We need to avoid that. So just come back here, and I'm going to connect. Just hold one on the keyboard and left click, and you will see this parameter. Just connect that to metallic and to these three, and make sure that it will be 0. Hit apply and save. So the specular values are gone. At this moment we don't want any specular or roughness value here. Okay, and we need to avoid these repetitions, right? So for that we will create the macro variations here. Okay, let me just create those macro variations and its parameters, so we can control the macro variations by using this instance. For that we need a texture sample. Let me just type. And I'm going to Control D 3 times. So we can create a macro variation, three different variations here. Let me just drag and drop it here. What I want to do is I'm going to add a node called add. Just hold A on the keyboard and click 3 times. And I'm going to put a value here, 0.5. Now multiply it, hold M on the keyboard, you'll see this M for multiply. Again, now what I need is a color sample value. For that I am going to type here color. It's not coming. Just hold 3 on the keyboard and click. You will see this constant color sample. So I'm going to add a lerp here. Just hold L on the keyboard and you will get this lerp value here. I'm going to connect this one here. Connect this one here. Again, hold M on the keyboard. You will get this multiply node. Connect both of these things. And we'll connect this one to this base color. Before that I have to do the variations here. Alright, for that I'm going to create 3 parameters. Hold 1 on the keyboard and you will get these parameters. So from this base parameter I'm going to convert to parameter. I'm going to rename it as M1 macro. Once again, this will be M2 macro. This will be M3 macro. And we will multiply it. Three times, and we need a texture coordinate. Connect this value here. Now we created 3 macro variations here. Now I just want to put different values here to make the variations different. For that I am going to put here a value 0.2137, 0.0. This is going to be a complete variable, random values. 2. Alright, and finally I'm going to connect this multiply node to the base. Apply and save. And here you need to make sure that put a macro variation here. Just select this structure and just type macro variation. So the time you selected these macro variations here, you will see these variations are totally different. This one seems very different. This one is different. This is kind of upscaled version of this variation. So we get three variations to, avoid this texture tiling here. Okay, and just hit apply and save. So we got the texture without getting any texture tiling repetitions. But it seems like the textures are totally small, so I need to make it a little bit bigger. For that, I'm going to create a separate controller here. For that, I'm going to simply create a texture coordinate. Again, hold one on the keyboard, you will see this parameter, convert a parameter, and name it as CTRL, and multiply it, connect this value, connect it here. So I can control the texture in the instance. Alright, now if you go closer, you will see the normals and ambient occlusions displacements are applied on the texture. Now what I want is I need to upscale this texture. For that, I'm going to open the instance and put a value here like 0.03. It's too much. I'm going to value 0.09 or 0.14. Yeah, this looks better. Right, now the texture seems randomized. Alright, I'll just use the landscape to smoothen the surface a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, this looks good for me. Now what I want to do, I'm going to make a path over here by using the master material. Open the master material. I'll just select all these things and click C. So you'll this comment box. I'm going to rename it as base text 1. So it will be keep the UI more cleaner and neater. I'm going to put it here. I don't want to make a mess here. Now I'm going to do the path texture to paint the path. For that, I'm using the same variation technique here. So I'll just click this one and select all this and come here and Control D. You can just duplicate it here, so you don't have to do the variations all the time. Now we need to add the make material attribute. Just Control D, symbol, so symbol. Now what you want is the texture for the the path, just take all these things here, select all, and use the share wrap. Now what you want to do, you will just connect it, that's it. Yeah, now this one is AO, so blue channel has the AO value. This one is the displacement, red channel has the displacement, and the normal, just connect the normal here on the normals, roughness to the roughness. Alright, now I just want to control this texture, so we'll do the same thing that we already created something here to control the base texture by creating this module. I'm going to create a module just like that. Just type texture, coordinate, multiply it, hold one on the keyboard, and you'll have to take the parameter, convert the parameter, and rename it as text to CTRL. Connect this one here on the normals. Yeah, simply put a value here, just like 1 or something. Apply. So we just simply created a path texture without doing all these things. We already created a variation here. Now what you want to do, you just have to take a node, something like add name, reroute declaration node again. We already created a declaration node here, m1 underscore texture. So we will rename it as, okay, here, m2 underscore texture. Just simply drag this, type m2. So you'll get the portal here. So it will seems like more neatly. Select all these things and see again here we name it as base underscore 1 texture 2. So here we'll name as base underscore texture 2. Okay, and change the color to something else. So we could understand this one is the base texture material 2. And don't forget to apply and save. Now I'm going to make a path, like painting a path over here by using the landscape, and select the paint tool. Here the texture is already comes here. Select that one and click here on the plus sign and save it. So textures are saved. Now you can simply paint the path here. Reduce the tool strength, brush size, and you can paint it. But the time you are painting, it seems like more reflections and there is nothing happening here, right? So we need to avoid those things. So for that, this part is very important. Please concentrate. You'll just have to simply take this one, Control D, come here, put this one here and connect to, because we don't need any metallic or specular values here, since it's a path texture. Usually those kind of stuff would not reflect, so we don't need reflections or metallic values here. The thing is we can't see the nothing happening here if you paint it anyway. Okay, I'll just show you one more time. See, I'm painting, nothing happening. So this is because of the blending options. So we already created a video regarding that, but I'll show you one more time. Apply and save. Yeah, actually it's painting there, but we cannot see anything because of the painting issues. I mean blending issues. For that, I'm going to do something called I have to select this landscape layer blend, So you'll see this landscape weight blend here. So second one, I'm going to prefer it as alpha blend. So it will appear above on the texture M1. See, so we already fixed that. Now you can see the texture literally applied on the base texture, above the base texture. I need to, if you want to erase this thing, you simply just select this one and hold the shift on the keyboard, and you can erase it simply. Okay, hold the shift on the keyboard and paint it. Okay, so you can paint it just like this. So I need to increase the texture something like 0.09. Okay, I'm going to paint it. Yeah, it's working very nicely. I'm going to increase the brush size. I'm going to paint it. Now I'm going to select this one and I'm going to erase it. So you will see this random variation sides. You can blend this path texture by using this erase tool, by erasing the edges. So we don't need this absolute perfect texture blending here. We don't need that, so we'll use this this paint tool and hold shift on the keyboard, and you can just erase the edges something like this. So you'll get this variation. See, and I'm going to reduce the texture scale and okay. Now I'm going to paint the edges. Increase the tool strength. This is very cool. Like we can just create a path. We can easily blend it like this. So don't forget to use the shift on the keyboard to erase this. And if you want to paint it, just paint it. All right. Now seems yeah, this seems more natural this way, and I'm going to change the light. All right. Now, if you can see, this looks more blended to the base texture. Okay. So now also I didn't apply the nanite system. If you apply the nanite system, you will see the rocks are coming out of these textures. So that would be more good for you if you're trying to use the nanite. But yeah, of course I will show you after some time how to do that. Let me just drag my camera over here. So we created a path over here as well. Now again, so if you look into this, you created this two textures here. Now we got two more to go. Okay. For that again, I just want to come here. I'm going to put this one here. And again, I'm going to take the M3, which is a rock. Just drag and drop the rock system here. Select all and use the share wrap. Now select this. All macro variations. Control D. Okay. Connect this to the multiply. Again, we need one more make material attribute. Just Control D. It's very simple and cool. Drag it over here. Connect it. And you will set this is normal. Again, if we need to control this rock texture, we have to create the parameter here as well for the rocks to control the system. I'm going to type texture. Hold one on the keyboard and convert to parameter. I'm going to rename it as rock CTRL. Hold M, you will get to multiply. Connect this one to the normals, to the base. This one is ambient occlusion, so blue channel has the ambient occlusion. This one is the displacement, red channel. This one is the roughness. Normal to normal. Put a value here like 1 or something. Hit apply. And name. M3 underscore texture. Hit apply and save. Now we have to paint the rock texture here. Let me just choose the rock and click here, add. Again, save it. Select the rock. You can simply paint it. So as you can see, the same problem happening here as well. What you want to do, you just have to do, just take this Control D, connect this to. Now what do you want to do? You just have to select the landscape layer blend. Select the M3, alpha blend, apply, save. See, you can simply paint the rock texture here. Now what do you want to do? You just have to put a value on the material instance so we can upscale the texture. Select the rock and make it 0.5 0.5 or something. I'm going to paint the rock here. If you want a different rock texture, you can just simply drag and drop into the material and you can change that. I'm simply just painting it all over here. If you want to change the light, just Alt and L on the keyboard and use the mouse to change the light. Alright, now I'm going to want to change the light. Okay, now I'll do some. I need to hold Shift on the keyboard and you can just simply use the blemish to get this blended, more natural looking blemish blending happening here. You can just blend it something like this. You will get this more fading natural look. Let me just I need to smooth the path. Just go to sculpt and smooth it. All right. Now it seems good for me. There is no texture repetition. There is no, reflections. Nothing. If you want to, downscale this texture, just use the, this texture which we have created here. You can just downscale it or upscale it. Yeah, now it seems good. Now you can just gather some real rocks or something like that and put it here, and which will make you will get a more natural look if you drag and drop the rock texture, rocks or trees, something like that, or branches, tree branches or something like this, and it will make this texture more natural looking. Now we got one more texture to put it here. We have to add one more texture. So I need to put this one in a box and I'm going to rename it as base texture. Three. Put a color. I'm going to put a color something like this. Alright. So we created 3 texture here. One more to go. So now one more thing I have to mention here, like if you need the macro variation controlled, you just have to use the instance. You will see this macro variation which we already created. Just click that and you can control the variations. Okay, it's totally up to you. I am good with this. Now I need to paint here something different. So I'm going to take this M4 material, which is grass, mossy grass or something like that. I'm going to drag and drop it here. Select this one and use the share wrap. This will be a large tutorial compared to others because I am just trying to get you into this the landscape texturing. This tutorial which will be a little bit boring, but you need to get into it to understand the basics of this landscape texturing, since a lot of people in the comment section are asking me, bro, I just don't get it, I am confused and I am lost by watching your tutorial. That's why I'm creating this tutorial. So it will be a bit long, but you'll get the basic understanding of landscape layering in Unreal Engine 5.7. And I am not literally liked this landscape layering or landscape things in Unreal Engine 5.7, since there are third-party softwares are out there for better results for creating landscape or high-end procedural texturing. We'll get as I mentioned before, Gaia, World Creator, TerraGen is out there for better results. But for the sake of this tutorial, I just stick on to the landscape. But the coming tutorials, I will definitely show you how Gaia works in Unreal Engine. So let me do the same here. Just select all these things. Control D. Yes, this one and this one. Control D. Connect this one here. Base. This one roughness. Normal to normal. Ambient occlusions, the blue channel. And this displacement, third channel. Now what we want is a controlling unit to control this texture. So again, I'm going to take this texture, coordinate, not that one, texture, coordinate, multiply it, hold 1 on the keyboard, convert to parameter, rename it as texture for CTRL, or it's totally upon to you, rename it. I'm going to connect to all of these things. And put a value here. Sorry, I just reversed it. Put a value 1. Hit apply and save it. And again we need a portal. So just type name. So I'm going to rename it as M4 underscore texture. So come here and type M4, right? Yeah. Select all these things, controls, just hold the C, change the color to red or something like that. Rename it as base texture 4. Okay, so it will be very neat and clean. See, this is totally neat and clean. You don't have to connect all this mess into this and make it more complicated, it seems. Just hit apply and save. Now what I'm going to do, I just select the landscape and use the paint system. The mouse texture is already come here, plus, and save it. Again select the mouse and paint it. So the problem is it's not applying here, so you know already the problem. Here on the blending, just do the alpha blend, hit apply and save. Yeah, it's already come here, mouse texture here. I'm going to remove that. I'm going to select this brush and I'm going to paint it right there. Yeah, the mouse texture is coming here. I'm going to, so I need to upscale the texture, the mouse texture. Select the instance. You'll see this texture 4 control already come here, 0.09, and I'm going to paint it. Select the mouse texture and reduce the brush size, something like this. I'm going to paint it. This is not the professional way of texturing, but this is I'm doing this tutorial for the sake of this basic understanding of texturing in Unreal Engine 5.7. So just concentrate on the texturing process. You don't have to look the quality. Right, now I am going to select this one and I am going to erase, reduce the tool strength, and you will set this you will get this proper blending. Okay, so you will get this natural looking blending of the moss. Let me just use the character. I'm going to reduce the tile. I put a value something like 15. Yeah, this seems like grass. Or maybe 20. Okay, this one looks good, and I'm going to change this one to 0.2. Seems like this one is good. To put a value here like 0.04. Now if you want to do the 9/8, if you want to get the 9/8, so just select this master material and here type displacement. You'll use this tessellation and displacement fade. Put a value here something like 0.03 or something and hit apply, and you need to rebuild the data. Like select this one and here type 9/8, enable 9/8. So you have to rebuild it. It will take some time to rebuild the data, and you will get this just simple 9/8 texture here. or put a value something like 1. So you'll get this rope booming. All the displacement values are hyping here. Okay. See, the rocks are getting out of the texture. So I'm going to decrease the value here, like 0.3 or something. Hit apply and save. Yeah, this will be better. So we just created a simple landscape by using the multiple texturing in Unreal Engine 5.7. This is basically a basic tutorial to you to understand how this multiple texturing working in Unreal Engine 5.7 without getting into a mess. We use these portal nodes to connect the multiple textures by using the name module here. So we can easily connect these portals to here without connecting all these nodes here and getting into a mess. So we use this macro variation technique to avoid the repetition tiling, and we created a module to control the base textures as well. So you can create and control the textures and macro variations, everything in the instance without getting into the master material always. And we already put all the modules into a box system, and we recolored it so you can understand how what are the textures and where it is placed. So this will be a clean system. Okay, and we created something like this. So this tutorial is basically on concentrating on creating a multiple texture application tutorial. So if you got the basic ideas and approaches to this multiple texturing system in Unreal Engine 5.7, please, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe this channel and make sure that you hit the like button and share the tutorial to your friends and colleagues. And yeah, I hope this tutorial helps you to understand the basics of multiple texturing in Unreal Engine 5.7. This is simply a tutorial regarding the multiple textures. So thank you for watching this video once again. Don't forget to subscribe this channel. This is Ashwant Raman signing off.